Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world you're watching this from. I'm your host, Bearable King, and once again, I'm here to do the review for British pounds, American dollar. How was last week? I hope it was profitable for you as it was for me. Um, don't mind me, I'm using Zoom right now because the network is bad and I really don't want an instance where I won't be able to upload this video. Okay, so today we're looking at the British pounds, American dollar. But before we go into the charts, I would like us to read a word from the Bible. And this is a very vital information in this day and time. Why am I saying this? So in Jeremiah 31, verse 29, it says, In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are on the edge. What does this mean? The parents or the father, your ancestors, those that have gone before us, have done the things they were not meant to do. And we, the children, are the ones to bear the repercussion. All right. Let me use a real life example, right? So a lot of us that are based in Nigeria, we currently know what's happening in Nigeria. We have the protests going on and all that. But beyond the protest, I would just like to draw attention to something. So recently, the federal government went to borrow money from, I think, International Bank or China or somewhere. And the money that is being borrowed, the repayment starts in 30 years' time. And our governor, or our president, sorry, is almost 80 or is in his 70s, meaning that by the time we start repaying the loan he took now, he would have probably died. A lot of old people would have died. So the children that we have today are the ones that are going to be paying the loan that our government is borrowing now. So there's another verse in the Bible, Lamentation 5, verse 7, if I am correct. Let me see. Yeah. So Lamentation 5, verse 7 says, Our fathers have sinned and are no more, and we bear their iniquity. Now, what's the sin? Because of the sins of the father, we are being punished. And I think if you look around the world right now, what is happening around the world is not really the fault of the people that are present now, but the decision of those that have gone, right? Now, why is this important to us? It's important because even if you do not believe in Jesus Christ, you don't believe in Allah, you don't believe in Buddha, you don't believe in any religion, you're an atheist, you should know that there's a law of karma. And the law of karma says whatever goes around will come around. So, that being said, I want to encourage each and every one of us right now to begin to sow seeds of kindness consciously, not just for ourselves, but so that our children and our children's children would meet a better world when we are gone, right? When they will meet a better world when we are gone. I'm really not happy about a lot of things that are happening in Nigeria and a lot of things that are happening in the world. And regardless of the money I make from Forex trading, I don't live in a bubble, right? And I'm sure if you look around you, there are a lot of things you're not happy about. But in order to make the world a better place, we need to be kind, we need to do the right things, and we need to sow conscious seeds of kindness and goodness to germinate later in the future for our children and our children unborn. All right. Okay, so let's go into the chart quickly. Right. Now, I want to make you understand something. If you look at this chart, you can see that the market is bullish because it's giving higher highs. This was the last high. This was a low. And right now the price is here. I have been mentioning it for a long while that I'm expecting the market to break up into the zone, at least before the end of the year, or maybe by the end of the year. So this is the daily time frame. I've spoken about this power of three a lot of times, and I'm sure the power of three is actually tired of me talking about it, right? Now, if you look closely into this chart, last week I mentioned I was expecting the market to go up here, but what happened on Monday? we had a hanging man. We dropped, then a bullish candle. Then Wednesday, we had a hammer. Thursday and Friday had bullish candles, which is more like a reversal pattern. Now, why this area? It's actually this area because we have a demand zone here, or we have an order block here, or we have a support here, whatever you want to call it. So we had an order block here, and this market is giving us a nice bounce from somewhere around here. However, if you recall, I mentioned that most of the time the market will be within this consolidation range, right? So this is the consolidation range. Why am I pointing this out? I'm simply pointing this out because this price may still drop into the zone, right, before giving us a change of direction and running up. Okay. Now, if you look all the way here, you notice that there was no major pullback. This is the only place we have a major pullback. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market drops here. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because right here, we also have an order block here, right? So I'm saying that the market may pull into this order block here, right? Flip here. And once we have this flip here, we know that the markets can start running all the way to our area of interest somewhere around here, right? So on the daily time frame, even though we had a kind of reversal pattern on Wednesday, there is still room for one more downwards push into the zone, and then this market may run up. Okay, so I'm expecting the market to give me a nice flip here before I can ascertain that the bullish move has started. This candlestick pattern is not valid enough, except I see a change of direction on the 4-hour time frame before I confirm it. Okay, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame. This is our 4-hour time frame chart. Now, if you remember, I marked this low and I said, we are expecting the market to come into the zone. I've been talking about this zone as far back as May. So May, June, July, now we're in August, we're coming back into the zone, which is very, very likely. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this? So after the market did the flip in July, the market has dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, right? So the market has done drop 6 times. And last week, the price was here. I was expecting that the market will break above this level. So what did the market do? The market opened somewhere around here, right? Tapped into this order block, pulled up, was unable to continue up, and then it dropped down. Now that it dropped down, what did the market do? The market gave us a nice double bottom. I love double bottoms. For people who know me, they know I love double bottoms, and the price is right here, right? The price is right here. So this has created a new high for me to be interested in, okay? Now, remember I said on the daily time frame, I need to see a confirmation that the trend has changed on the higher time frame. Now, the same way I identified order blocks is the same way I had an order block here that the market reacted to on Friday. So this was what kept the price within this zone. And we have an order block down here. Now, why am I showing you these things? It is important to understand where your areas of interest are, because that could be the stumbling block or the cornerstone that would propel the market. So we had a rejection here. Now, what am I expecting? I have two variants. Now, one, I'm anticipating that we may see the market tap into the zone because we have a double bottom here, right? And this is where the higher high was created above the double bottom. Then we may have the market what? Break above this level. Now, if the market should break above this level, then I am full-blown bullish, meaning that I expect the market to pull back, run up, and then we can continue the bullish movement to the upper side, right? As stipulated for like 2, 3 months now. Now, the other option we may have is the market may tap into the zone, pull back, give a lower low like it did last week, and drop below, and then maybe push downwards into this buy low zone before we would see the flip for the market to run up. So personally, I'm expecting either this or what I drew earlier, right? Now, why is this week very important? This week is very important because from Tuesday, we are going to be having a lot of news. So on Tuesday, which is 13th, we have unemployment rate by 7 a.m. We have PPI month on month for US by Tuesday, 1:30. 14th, we have inflation rate year on year for Britain by 7 a.m. By 1:30, we have a lot of news regarding inflation for US. That's Wednesday. Then Thursday, we have a lot of news for Britain, GDP news by 7 a.m. And by 1:30, we have retail sales. And Friday, we have news by 7 a.m., 1:30, and 3 o'clock. So you can see our 7 a.m. and 1:30 from Tuesday to Friday is booked by the market. So we should expect the market to do a lot of crazy moves. Okay. I personally am not a fan of trading news, right? I'm not a fan of trading news. However, trading after news is something I love to do. So be careful out there. Know that we are expecting a bullish run, but where the bullish run is going to start from is dependent on all these factors I've just spoken about. And liquidity is given by the market. So I've shared my expectations. If you agree with my expectation, feel free to comment below. If you have a contrary opinion, you're also allowed to comment below. Okay? Remain safe, remain positive. Remember what I said, be conscious about being kind and doing the right thing. Till next week, I remain Bearable King, your host. Remain blessed, and I will see you next week. All right? Bye bye.